Welcome back to another edition of Arizona Wildcats Insiders Podcast, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We appreciate you guys being here on Thanksgiving, listening to our podcast. It's been a long year for Arizona football and a great year for Arizona football, with the Wildcats sitting at 8-3. Impressive wins over Baylor, Kansas, Cincinnati. Just monstrous wins there. Kansas State, that one's looking better each week. Kansas State has played really good football down the stretch here. It's been a great year for Brent Brennan, for Noah Fafita, for the fan base. The changes that they were able to make coming into the year really paid off. You go from Dino Babers running the offense and kind of running it into the ground, taking a Cadillac, or if not a Cadillac, taking a Porsche and just hammering it into the wall. You take out that one game against New Mexico, Arizona averaged around 18 to 19 points per game, which would have ranked them dead last in the Big 12 and near the bottom nationally. So you bring in Seth Doege. Seth Doege changes everything up. It's a quicker tempo offense. You run the ball more. You get the ball out quick. You have good line play. And all of a sudden, bing, bam, boom, Arizona's averaging 33.4 points per game. Imagine that. Imagine good offense coordinating leading to good results. So terrific job by Seth Doege there. Defensively, Arizona got banged up last year. I think Arizona's defense would have been a little bit better underneath Dwayne Aquina if it was healthier, but they got banged up. Dwayne kept with the same scheme, same system, week in and week out, and it just didn't lead to success. And by the end of the year, they got tired, they got drained, and they started just getting rolled over. Danny Gonzalez steps up as defense coordinator from linebacking coach. A lot of great history for him as a DC at ASU, at San Diego State, being the head coach of New Mexico. So he steps up, is one of the best defensive coordinators in the country, has turned around this defense. They're basically top 20 in every single statistical category, except for like sacks, I think, but like points per game, this. I mean, they're just a terrific defensive unit. Best secondary in the Big 12. One of the best secondaries in the country, easily a top 5 secondary in the country, that's just been thriving under pressure this season. They did a great job against Cincinnati. They did a great job against BYU. And I'm talking about the secondary. They did a great job against Baylor, a high-tempo, high-powered passing offense. Just week in and week out against different quarterbacks and schemes in this conference, Arizona secondary has come to play. The only 2 games that they've kind of struggled. Houston, the run kind of led to holes in the secondary. They gave up 3 passing touchdowns. And Iowa State, they got torched, didn't give up a passing touchdown, but they got torched for 6 explosive plays in that game. So as we look here today, Arizona at number 25 in the country in the latest college football playoff rankings, hits the road at 8-3 to take on arch rival, in-state rival, Arizona State, who's sitting at number 20 in the country, and they're 8-3 as well. Arizona State coming off of an impressive 42-17 win over Colorado, but that game was close entering the fourth quarter. It was 21-17 ASU. They were able to outscore them 21-0 in the fourth quarter to kind of put the game to rest, and relied heavily on the ground attack from Brown and Simmons. But, this is an ASU offense that's been up and down. Levitt has been in and out, and they're vulnerable. So as we get ready for the 99th edition of the Territorial Cup, 99th edition of the Territorial Cup. That's incredible. The duel in the desert, it's good versus evil for many sides of this for fans. It's Tucson versus Phoenix, Tucson versus Tempe. It's the football programs versus each other. It has a lot of meaning, a lot of history between these 2 programs and these 2 cities. This is the game of the season of the college football year for Arizona. One of the top rivalries in the country that nobody really talks about. The hatred, the passion, the emotion behind it is just incredible to watch. And it's the day after Thanksgiving. They did play this game on Thanksgiving every now and then. It's a rare occurrence, but you have your meal, family, household divided, and the next day, territorial cup action. Let's go. I mean, that's how it is. And you'll talk to a lot of people from Tucson, and you'll talk to a lot of people from Phoenix. The Arizona fans, when they see ASU fans, they think less of them. They don't like them. Same thing with Arizona State fans to Arizona fans. They don't like them. I mean, that's how much hatred and emotion is in this rivalry, and it's a great rivalry. But before we kick off the rivalry, we want to list 3 things Arizona football is thankful for. 3 things Arizona football is thankful for, and 3 main reasons why they're here today, sitting at 8-3 on the season. And we'll start off with one of the most scrutinized head coaches in Arizona football, one of the most scrutinized head coaches in Arizona athletics, and that's Brent Brennan. Brent Brennan, the moment he was hired, Arizona fans did not like him. They didn't want him. They looked at the record at San Jose State, thought, he didn't do that good. He got to 2 major bowl games at San Jose State. There are high school facilities better than San Jose State. There are strength and conditioning rooms better than San Jose State. They changed all of that around, upgraded the strength and conditioning, locker room, so on and so forth. They did a lot of work at that football program. They got them to 2 major bowl games. Brent Brennan and his staff did a tremendous job. Comes over to Tucson, you go 4-8 your first year. Everybody's talking about, man, they need to fire Brent Brennan. He doesn't know what he's doing. Calm down. I mean, he had his butt on the hot seat, it felt like, to the fan base. And then you go 4-3 and everybody sees he's not a good coach. They've won 4 straight games. They're sitting at 8-3. We had Arizona Wildcats on his side. Told you guys they're going 7-5. They've exceeded our expectations. This is a great football staff. This is great coaching staff. Very good football head coach. Really good roster, and the program's moving in the right direction. So, number 1, Arizona fans, 1, apologize to Brent Brennan on Thanksgiving, and 2, you are thankful for Brent Brennan on Thanksgiving Day. Number 2 is Noah Fifita. All this does not happen without Noah Fifita. And what I mean by that is Noah Fifita and Tetro McMillan chose Arizona to stay and not follow Jedd Fisch to Seattle, not go to Ohio State. They could have gone anywhere in the country. Not go to Utah, who is heavily pressing for Noah Fifita. They picked Arizona. They picked family. They picked the program. They picked a brotherhood. Yes, did they get money from Humberto Lopez, who donated money to try to keep this football team together around, I think it was like $4 million to keep the football team together. Sure. You know, they got their cut, but you know what they did with with the majority of that money? They didn't just go, $2 million you, $2 million me, we're good. They probably did like $1 million each. And then they split the rest of the money with the football roster, making sure they kept the key and important players on the roster and kept the core of this roster together. That's a leader. And you know what? His first year starting, when he won over the starting job with Jedd Fisch over Jaden Delora after some struggles with Jaden, one of the best redshirt freshman seasons in Arizona football history. Second best to Anu Solomon, who went on to win the Pac-12 South, get to the Fiesta Bowl, and so on and so forth. Tremendous job by Noah that season. Then he has a slump. Dino Babers, the system didn't fit. It was not fitting right. And everybody's like, is Noah that good? Or he doesn't look the same. Midway through this year, it doesn't look right. Guess what, guys? He's playing at a high level. He has now the all-time touchdown record at Arizona with 69 passing touchdowns. He's number 1 all-time in U of A football history, surpassing Willie Tuitama and Nick Foles on that list. He's going to go in yard. He's going to increase in yards. He's going to increase in touchdowns. He's going to increase in total yards. I mean, he's going to have every record by the end of it. And he's 2 wins away from securing his second 10-win season. If you look at the totality of his career, 10-3, which I think in that season they were, let's see, I think he went like 7-2, something like that, or 8-2. He didn't start a couple games. Then Yes, the disappointment last year. Now to potentially get 10 wins this year, he's going to be one of the most winning quarterbacks in Arizona football history. So he's the reason why the roster is together. He's the reason why this coaching staff was so high on this team. He's the reason why, one of the main reasons why Arizona's 8-3 and sitting in a position to get to a major bowl game. So, number 2, Arizona fans are massively thankful for Noah Fifita. And lastly, Danny Gonzalez. Give the man his flowers. Nobody thought this defense was going to be good. I thought it would be improved from last year. Danny Gonzalez sat there in his press conference ahead of the season and said, we want to be a top 10 defense. And everybody looked at him like he was nuts. And yeah, a little. Maybe he is a little nuts, but maybe that's the master. Maybe that's the piece to the mastermind. The missing thing. You got to be a little nuts. And Danny's one of the most intense football coaches I've been around, one of the most knowledgeable, and one of the most fun-loving guys. Danny Gonzalez is an absolute great football coach, absolutely great defense coordinator. And he's turned this defense into one of the better units in the Big 12. In my opinion, the second best defensive unit in the Big 12. Sorry, Utah. Sorry, BYU. I think the only other one you can make an argument for, because they get to the quarterback and finish off sacks, is Texas Tech. But it's the best passing defense in the Big 12, hands down, not even close. It's a bend, don't break defense. They come up with turnovers. They come up with takeaways. They stuff the run when needed. I know the numbers don't look great, almost to it. What is it, 150-something yards per game? Doesn't look great. Maybe it's closer to 180. I don't remember. But when push comes to shove, they stop it. Danny Gonzalez is scheming, and just the knowledge of the game has made this defense what it is today. Lastly, that is it. That is the third thing Arizona fans need to be thankful for this Thanksgiving. And of course, I couldn't do it. I couldn't leave this podcast without saying it. Being a Tucsonan, 9th generation Tucsonan, a guy that grew up going to U of A games, cheering on Arizona. I'm a non-biased reporter. I do a great job of being non-biased. But I think one of the things Arizona fans are thankful for, and let's be honest, you're not ASU fans. Thank God for that. You're not ASU fans. So enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday. We'll have more coverage of the Territorial Cup on game day, and we'll see you from Sun Devil Stadium or whatever the hell they call it now. We'll be there covering Arizona State in the 99th Territorial Cup.